Rob Kircher, and welcome to episode 8 of our 1905 Cottage Restoration. This is an ongoing series of episodes where my wife Barbara and I will be restoring this newly purchased diamond in the rough behind me. Now, call us crazy, and we probably are, but we believe that we can restore it to a point where it's an absolute showstopper. However, we're also very aware of the fact that there's other problems that exist. We have plumbing problems, electrical problems, insulation problems, and there's a myriad of other problems still hidden within her walls. And trust me, folks, they're there. So join us as we spend time, money, and effort in restoring our 1905 cottage.
Coming up in episode 8, plumber Scott Guilfoyle and Marvelous Marvin will be ripping out our old kitchen sink and countertops. Why, you ask? Well, to make room for new ones to be installed shortly thereafter. And then electrician Jay Ramito will be installing our new generator, as well as 4 new exterior lights for our restored shed. And then Scott Guilfoyle and Marvelous Marvin will be on stage once again, now installing our new kitchen sink and faucet. Wait till you see how beautiful they are. And then I'll be putting up new backsplash tile in our kitchen. All that will be coming your way, so don't go away. And as usual, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. It is most appreciated, folks. Thank you so much.
Good morning. It's 27 degrees out. Yes, 27. And we got a light dusting of snow last night. And my project this morning is to continue to clean out my shed. You can see a lot of these things sitting outside. I'm making room for Shane from Magee Electric, who's going to be here this morning to power up the Generex generator in that corner, and also hopefully my shed. So I'm working on a workbench in there, and I'm also going to be putting some shelving in, and I have to reorganize the things inside so he can get in and do what he has to do. So that's my project for this morning, and I'm racing because I think it's going to show up any minute. They're inspecting it right now and I guess deciding how they're going to do things.
We wheeled this generator over here this morning. We got a weed blocker underneath and some pea gravel here, and then a little border to keep it all in place. But we got the generator set up over here, gas line pulled in, getting it ready for the gas man to hook it up. It's a detached shed. It's got its own breaker in there. We've got a supplemental grounding electrodes going in. It's a sub panel in there and it's split, but that's just the way we do it. We've got 2 ground rods over here. This is for the main service. Kind of like to keep these, out of sight, out of mind, because people whack them. So we usually use like a PVC sleeve, a PVC sleeve when it comes up, and that kind of goes right along here. The greater distance apart, the better off they are. So they've got to be minimal of 6 feet apart. We've got our PVC pipe coming in from underground. We're going to offset that, get this into the generator transfer switch. What's going to happen is when Rob loses power, this is going to click over, generator is going to fire up, and usually about 12 seconds afterwards it's going to click on over and restore power. So that's it. And all will be you'll be happy, and all will be good in the neighborhood.
Well, it looks like they're starting to put the boxes for my sconces outside on either side of the door, which I'm very happy to see. I've been waiting a long time for that, and they're very, very cool. So let's go take a closer look. Okay, this is what the lights look like. I have 4 of them, and I brought them up from Florida. But these are pretty snazzy, and I think they're going to look really fantastic on the outside of the shed. And we're going to put 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Okay, so here is a closer look of the boxes that have now been installed on either side of my door. to the shed, which will be ultimately the home of my heirloom custom toys. Now, the electrician has already installed the box on the back of the shed, and you can see that. And by the way, this is sort of my makeshift work table right here. This is the heater that's going to go in the shed, which is going to be very, very nice. And it's just a work table for the moment that holds my table saw. And in the corner, I've got all kinds of tools in those boxes right there. So the idea of having the sconces on the back of the shed, this is the side that faces the playground and the event grounds, if you will, and that's the mural that Paul Herman had painted for us, is to show it at night. So we're going to have a sconce on either corner. There's a little box there, you could possibly see it, just left to that one tree, and then a box just behind me. And there's going to be a photoelectric cell and the eave on the other side of the shed, which will then give it a dusk to dawn capability, which is what I really am excited about. So this is going to be very cool. So people at night can see the mural along with seeing it during the daylight. And it also gives us, I think, just another sense of, I think maybe security, even though we certainly don't need it here in this community. So once again, that's the sconce, or the lamp, a gooseneck lamp, however you want to call it. That's going to be installed, and the box for one of them, and then there's going to be another box over here.
Okay, so Scott and Marvin are ripping out the countertop, as I was saying earlier, and that's going to be taken out to the road. And they already have cut off our water supply, so it'll be a couple of days before we actually get water back in the house. The moment has finally arrived where they're now putting in our new kitchen countertop, and we couldn't be more delighted. And I got to tell you something, it's probably beyond our expectations. The white is actually perfect, goes with the green that Barbara's picked out, and it's just going to be amazing. They're working on the sink right now. It's an undermount, not an overmount, and they have to use some shims, and they're going to be leveling things so that everything comes together seamlessly. So you want to stay with us, because we're going to be coming back and showing you some other segments of this countertop installation and the aftermath of what it's going to look like once Barbara does her magic. So stay with us. So he's putting the epoxy in now, right?
Yep. Today it'll be hard in 15, 20 minutes.
Now, do you squish this together?
Yep.
Okay.
And the machine pulls it together. And I have to move that back in there. And then you see the corner pieces?
Yeah.
You can screw them down and it'll push out so it levels.
I see. Wow, the faucet looks great. Okay. Was that hole cut properly, Scott?
That's the
It's
same.
the window. Yeah, it's off a little bit.
It seemed like it was off center or something.
You put your thing in.
Definitely a two-man job, that's for sure. Barb and I have just begun putting the backsplash up in our kitchen, and she found this tile, which I love. It's a subway tile, but it's got kind of a wavy surface to it, and it matches perfectly the white quartz countertop.
call it luck or whatever, but it's fantastic. So we're just beginning to put the first course on, and then we'll work our way up and work around the kitchen window and so on and so forth. And we have a wet saw outside in the patio, so everything's pretty handy, and we'll get this job done, hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow. So you want to stick around and watch us put this wonderful new backsplash up. As you can see, it's snowing, which always makes it fun, if you will. I'm uncovering our little wet saw here, and I have a complicated cut to do right now. I don't think you can see it, but I'll try to get it closer to the camera. I'm going around a switch plug, and I've got to make 3 cuts, and the difficult one is the one in the middle without cutting off both ends. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So cut number 1, and cut number 2. Now those are the easy ones. The hard one is the one in the middle. I'm not sure how to do it, but we're going to find out. I decided to do some diagonals, and maybe that'll help me get inside. There's one piece. So what I did is kind of nibble away, and hopefully that will work. All right, I nibbled away. Now I probably could get away with this, but I'm going to see if I can't make a nice straight cut, but I don't think I can. No, it won't work. I guess I'll just try to clean it up a little bit more. Okay, so if I go sideways, it seems to work a little better. There we go. I think I'm pretty good. So back into the kitchen. Okay, that's it. More pieces to go. As you can see, our kitchen is almost completed. We last night finished the backsplash, and we did the grouting, and the white backsplash together with the white quartz, I think, looks absolutely fantastic. It's very modern, but yet it's simple and works with our old 1905 cottage. The only thing we have to do, as still remains, is the actual walls, and Barbara came up with this good idea where we're actually going to paint it white, and then using a diluted version of the color that is in the cabinet, and making some sort of a kind of a casual stripy design, which will look like wallpaper. And here's what Barbara's hand-painted wallpaper looks like. This is what our kitchen looks like with the backsplash installed, and the white quartz looks absolutely fantastic. And we are ready to start cooking. And this is a view from the other side of the kitchen, looking obviously at the stove, and then the pass-through into our dining room. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Now, coming up in episode 9, I'll be repurposing old bifold louver doors for our new pantry. Well, I'm at the point now where I'm going to be putting in my biscuits, and as I mentioned, I'm taking 2 bifold doors, and I'm going to be marrying them together and make one solid door out of it. Barbara will be painting our dining room furniture an awesome color and reupholstering its chairs. Okay, so this is a better view of Barbara on the floor, and she is just working her way around the bottom of the cabinet. To the right, what she's painting now is the final color, and to the left is the primer.
Then I'll be cutting, when you hear this, butcher block countertop in 6 inches of snow.
Life is good because the snow is sort of slowed down for a while here. So I'm just going to slide this in. There we go.
6 inches of snow.
Now, I'm going to move this over.
And then afterwards, I'll be gluing and installing them in the pantry and laundry room. Well, it's about 2:30 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. So I thought I'd come back into the pantry and get our new butcher block countertop in place. And it's been glued up with biscuits, and it's had 24 hours to dry, so it should be ready to go. Now all that is coming your way, so don't go away. And please, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. As always, it is most appreciated, folks. Thank you so much.